In this mirror, I see tears, blood, sweat, fear that I ain't enough peers looking for the flaws. Here, is it what was thought? Maybe they plotting on here and wishing death on me, but couldn't be the Paul Bear. So they bearing witness. I'm a hand on my business, got my hand on this vision, the mission to make a difference. The kitchen ain't hot as I am, and I do the dishes. Do it, I built a bridge that bring my fruit to fruition. Once I started, I finished. No matter how long I fall, the truth be said, I go. I know you probably don't really know me yet. So I go inside, don't push it out. I built the bomb and I'm taking to put it down already. I didn't have preparation. Why you think I'm impatient? Instead of sitting here waiting to have my feet on the pavement, I'ma saving them days that you were gazed in amazement. Later remember the same conversation, cause we keep on grinding. And I'm saying that's no matter what life pitch batter up. We keep on thriving. If you started from the bottom, it don't matter cause you got it, oh yeah. We keep on climbing.
What's going on, everyone? I am Key, and welcome to Kiki's Critique. If this is your first time here is a virtual hug. I am a hugger, so welcome to Kiki's Critique. And if you returning, y'all already know what's going on, y'all. What's going on? What's going down? Happy Monday. Well, if y'all saw my post that I had put, on the timeline or whatever, our YouTube community feed, that's what it's called, our YouTube community feed. If you see the feed, I had said a couple days ago that we are changing Monday Madness into Monday Motivation. The content is not really going to change. However, God had placed it on my heart to change the title because verbiage is everything. Words are containers for power. We already know that. So we need to watch the things that we say. I don't have no madness going on in my life. Amen. Okay, there's no madness. It ain't no abnormal craziness because I'm applying certain principles to eliminate madness, right? So why would I call our Mondays madness? No, our Mondays are now called Monday Motivations. Now, it's same stuff. We got stuff going on in our life. We do have occasional crazy things, and y'all know, but my life gets real interesting sometimes. So, but I want to change the way I look at the things that happen, those crazy things that happen in our lives. I don't want to look at it as madness. I want to view every obstacle as motivation. Opportunity for me to show up, for me to do what I need to do, to equip myself with the armor of God and get over that thing. So with that being said, y'all saw the title, okay? It is 2021, baby, okay? And one of the things, I know y'all have heard those phrases, everybody, we saying it now. I've been hearing it a whole lot more amongst my community of people, that I'm staying in my own lane. Okay, I gotta find my own lane. I need to get in my own lane. I'm in my own lane. So, y'all know me. If you don't know what your lane is, if you're searching for your lane, or maybe you in a lane and you're not sure how this lane is working now, might need to make some switches, or you don't even know how you got in the lane that you're in. Okay, but we're gonna talk today. I'm gonna give y'all my 7 tips on how to find your own lane. Okay, y'all know I got my notes. Okay. And it was so crazy. And let me just tell y'all how this topic just came about, which was interesting enough. And I guess this can be, how we put our motivation on things. I mean, it's Monday and it's time for our video. And I was getting ready to talk on the fly. Sometimes I just like to just talk to you guys and we just share. But however, we're here to become our highest best self. So we don't have time for just chit chat all the time. I mean, we don't have time for idle chit chatting. Okay? So I was like, Lord, what we gonna talk about today, Jesus? Because it's Monday Motivation. You said change the name and share with the crew some Monday Motivation. And I feel motivated. It's been some exciting things happening in my life. I had some great opportunities this past week that I took full advantage of and still take, so good that it's going to sustain me for a long time. And hopefully you guys will begin to see the results of those opportunities that I'm taking advantage of. And so I was talking to the Lord. I said, well, what are we going to talk about, Lord? And he said, well, get your book out. And, you got something in your book. Because y'all know I prepare for my videos generally. And so I'm always thinking of topics and things to talk to you guys about, because I want to be helpful. I want to share some things with you that you can actually apply to your life. That it will get you thinking, that it will help you to be better, help make some changes in your life for the better, so we can be our highest best self. And we have to critique ourselves. We have to look inward and say, what is not working in my life? What is going on? What can I improve? We can be honest, real, bare to the bone, honest with ourselves. How are we going to show up for anybody in our lives, right? So I'm looking through my book, and boom, how to find your own lane. I said, come on, Lord. I wrote this, I can't even remember. It's been months ago. It's probably the end of 2020. And it's been in my book. And I saw it, and it just got my spirit dancing around. And so I said, well, this is the topic of the day. So without further ado, okay, let's hit it, because I don't want to hold y'all long. All right, how to find your own lane. Number one, separate yourself. Simple, right? Sounds simple. Separate yourself. Well, okay, before we even get into number one, hold on, y'all. We got to talk about, I like to break things down, and we didn't even define what a lane means. Okay, what does a lane mean? Let's start there, okay? And then we're going to get back to number one, okay? So we're just going to back it up. A lane is a division of a road marked off with painted lines and intended to separate single lines of traffic according to the speed and direction. Okay? A lane, a division of a road marked off by paint. So there's some boundaries there, okay? There's some borders. And to have a lane, we have to have boundaries in there. We have to make those boundaries, whether you paint a line, you put a stick down where you say, hey, don't cross this line. You remember when we was kids, we would play this little games like, don't cross this line, or don't knock this stick off my shoulder, or I'm gonna come for you. You know what I mean? We got to put down a border. We have to put down a line. We got to restrict some boundaries in our lives. And that means that we have to, number one, separate ourselves, right? We have to separate ourselves. We have to separate ourselves so that we can assess and we can have a bird's eye view on our life, the people that we associate with. If you look at the 5 people that you hang around with the most, that will tell you who you are. If you confused about who you are, separate yourself and start assessing your friends, your associates, your business, your conversations, your actions, the things that you're doing. So step back and spend some time to yourself and start assessing yourself. Okay? It's interesting when you're alone in the dark with me, myself, and I. It gets real interesting when you got to dig in deep and start to think about yourself and think about your behaviors and things that maybe is not working in your life. When you step back, when you separate yourself, because when there's a lot of noise going on, you can't hear God. You can't focus properly when you have a lot of outside interferences. Separating yourself allows you to replenish your spirit. It allows you to get with God, and allows you to be able to see what's happening in your life clearly. Don't be afraid to be alone, and don't be afraid if you are in a season right now where you are alone and you've been spending time with yourself, and God has had you by yourself, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so lonely, I'm so lonely. Well, you're lonely for a reason. There's a reason why God don't want you dealing with a lot of people right now, because first of all, you probably got to clean up the people who you're dealing with already. And then secondly, there's some things going on with you that he's trying to keep you safe and keep you protected and preserved and not exposed, because, maybe there was a time where you was just out there running amok and God had to sit you down. Okay? Who ain't never ran amok and God had to sit them down? You don't want to have to get sick and stuff, So if God have you separated right now, that means you got some things to learn. And the longer you separated, baby, that means you ain't doing your homework. You ain't paying attention to what's going on. You ain't deep diving. You ain't trying to figure out what is going on and why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Because you have the answer. God will place that thing inside you, but you have to search for it. You got to talk to him. And you can only pay attention to those things when you're separated. So that's number one, guys. Separate yourself. Number two, research and reflect. While you're separated, you need to start researching who you want to be. Start researching your new attitude, baby. Start thinking about, seeing your future self. Start, researching, ways that you want to be, and then reflecting on who you are at that time, and what it is that you need to do to become the person that you want to be. The one thing that God has been having me do a lot is, or he had me do, and it's been getting stronger, is like in my time of, because I've been, y'all, when I tell you that God has separated me, had just really focused. I am so focused with my calling. I'm so focused on my mission to want to help you guys and to want to help myself. That's why we Kiki's critique, and Kiki, I'm critiquing myself. We're the critique crew, because you should be critiquing yourself too. When you come over here, I want you to have some information to help you to look at yourself and be like, oh my gosh, it's okay. It's okay for us to see our mess. Wouldn't you rather see yourself or smell yourself before somebody else do? Come on. You want to see your imperfections. You want to know what your issues are. You don't want people out there calling you out now. Come on. Who want people out here calling you out on your ish? I don't, because I've had that done, and it's not fun. Okay? You start building up walls of defense so you can hide your ish. So you can be in your mess. So now you got all these walls and still got your ish because you ain't cleaning it up because somebody else had to tell you about it, because you can't separate yourself long enough to deal with your own funky self. Come on, y'all. So we need to research. We need to start reflecting on who we are and what it is that we need to do to get to that place, our future selves, our next level, okay? And while we're doing that, number 3, we can't be afraid to make a few mistakes. Okay? Learning and growing, we make mistakes. We get afraid of falling. We can't be afraid to fall. I know the older I get, isn't it funny when you a little kid, you will put them skates on, baby, and fall and get up and keep going. Okay? You put them, you're not afraid to try anything, you're not afraid to fall. But the older we get afraid of falling. And we should be used to it by now. So what we scared of? What we scared of? Why are you afraid? Why are you scared? Why is fear overtaking you? You've been through things and you survived them. You still here. So we shouldn't be feared. Fear not. God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. We have, listen, we have the ability. If we pick up our Bibles, baby, this word right here, this word has everything that we need to be our highest best self. We just have to pick it up. We have to read it. We have to love the word because it is instruction on how to live so we can overcome these obstacles, so we can get in touch with our Creator and He can tell us what it is that we need to do. And we ain't got to be running around with chickens with a head cut off trying to figure out what it is that we're supposed to be doing. Just talk to God and then sit down and wait for Him to tell you. Or do something until He tells you not to do it. Okay? Can't be afraid to move because faith without works is dead. You got to move. But don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's life. We're going to keep making mistakes until we die. How about that? Okay? I'm trying to let you know that the only way to not make a mistake is just to lay there and die. That's the only way. I just want to, so you can stop being afraid. Okay? Number 4, dare to be different. We're different anyway. You don't look like me and I don't look like you. You don't sound like me and I don't sound like you. You might be a guy and I'm a girl. Okay? You might be tall and I'm short. We're different. So dare to embrace your individuality, your uniqueness, just wear what you want to wear. Okay, as long as I can't say as long as, I hope that you would wear what you feel in your spirit according to how God says it's okay for you. How about that? Now, but dare to be different. Be creative. Don't be disrespectful to yourself. Take care of your temple and make sure that you're giving clear messages. Okay? Be clear about who you are. That's important. While you're daring to be different, you need to be clear about who you are. Because if you're confusing, then people are confused and don't know how to treat you. You have to know who you are. You have to accept and embrace your differences. And then you have to work. We are a work in progress. Even though I embrace who I am, there's things about who I am that I want to improve. I embrace where I am and I embrace the fact that I am growing. And so making mistakes ain't hard for me because I know I'm just trying to do the best I can. Number 5 on our top 7 ways on how to find your own lane. Number 5, develop your own pace. We got to be in our own rhythm. Okay? We got to learn our own flow. Because I don't move like you move. My life is set up a little bit different than your life. Okay? So I got to find my own pace and what works for me. What is in God's timing for me? How I'm supposed to move is gonna be is different than how you move. But we can be going in the same direction, but I might have to go at my own pace. You know, you might be running, baby, and I'm just jogging. But I get there, I'm gonna enjoy the scenery. I used to be running, but God has been telling me to just kind of chill, girl. Look around. Enjoy this life. Because, y'all, we only got one life. We only got one life, y'all. One life. I really want you to process that. I want you to stop for just 2 seconds. Because we only got 2 more now. I want you to take 2 seconds. And it may need to be a little bit longer, but I want you to hear me when I say that we only got one life. When this thing is over, we're transitioning somewhere else. We don't know when that day is going to come. We have no idea what God's plan is for us. We have no idea. That's why it's so important to stay plugged in with him, because a lot of times he never tell us the end before the beginning. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to give us the whole process. If God would have told me the things that I would have had to go through to get here, and at the beginning of this thing, it would have scared me half to death. I wouldn't have even moved. I'm like, how in the world I'm supposed to survive all of that? What? I'm going to be hit by a car? What? This going to happen? What? I'm going to have cancer? What? Come on, y'all. We only have one life. So it's very important that we get real serious and start critiquing ourselves so that we can become our highest best self. These next few videos that we're going to get real serious about some things, because I want us to have fun and enjoy it and look at the blue skies and the birds and to smell the air and not be so worried about these bills and how we're going to do this and how we're going to do that. Don't let the enemy rob and steal our joy, because one day this is all going to be over anyway. If you feeling miserable, if you hating your life, I mean, listen, it's going to end one day anyway. So you might as well try to find a reason to smile and enjoy yourself. Right? Come on, y'all. I'm serious. Okay. Number 6 on how to find the top 7 ways to finding our own lane. Number 6. Strap on your blinders, okay, and keep your eyes on your own paper. What somebody else got and what's going on in their life and what God is doing. I don't care if He blessing these people exceedingly abundantly. That is none of your business. Somebody else's blessing is none of your business, and it's not even your responsibility to have anything to say on if they deserve it or not deserve it, because the favor of God is on whosoever will. Come on. You don't know what they doing and what they sacrificing behind the scenes. So keep your blinders on your own business. Clean up your own mess. You don't even know the conversation they having with God. They could have said to God, God just boom, quickly in alignment. They've been doing all kind of crazy, stupid, wrong their whole life. And then God said, you know what, I need for you to get yourself together. And they said, you know what, Lord, I'm about to get in alignment. He seen that their heart is factual on that thing. And then boom, shift their whole life and start blessing them. And they just treated you wrong yesterday. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, y'all. Other people ain't none of your business. How God want to do or not do ain't none of your business. So you better get your blinders on and pay attention and keep your eyes focused on your own stuff. Okay? Matthew says, don't remove the speck. Don't try to remove the speck out of your brother's eye. Remove the speck out of your eye first. Because if you got, we're going to have to find that scripture. I'll put it in the description box below because it's Matthew. But it's like, before you even try to come for me, you got to take care of your own situation. It's like you got a telephone pole in your eye and you trying to get the little splinter out of my eye. Get the pole. You can't see trying to remove my stuff anyway until you deal with your stuff properly. Come on, y'all. What? Strap your blinders on. Get your own rhythm. Pay attention to your own self and what you got to do. And don't be worried about what nobody else got going on, because you ain't got no time for that. You ain't got no time for it. And finally, guys, the 7th thing on the top 7 ways on how to find your own lane is show up for you. You got to show up for yourself. You have to be authentically, genuinely 1,000 billion% yourself. Be you. Show up for you. You're rare. You're special. You're genuine. It's very important. The world needs you. We need each other. If I don't show up for myself, then whoever out there that maybe needed this word, this top 7, if I didn't show up for me, then I wouldn't have been able to show up for that person who needs this top 7, who's trying to make their change in their life, who trying to get in their own lane and want to get serious. They trying to get, this is very, that they reverence their own life and the importance of us being ourselves and understanding that we are a part of one whole body, one whole system. And if I don't show up, then what I'm supposed to deposit into my kids, that little boy, if I didn't show up for myself, my 3-year-old nephew, what would have happened to him? There's people depending on you to show up for you, to show up authentically for yourself. Y'all, that's it, y'all. And it's so interesting. I got these top 7s. I looked and glanced at these notes, but it just flowed. So this is God wants us to really take heed. He shut the whole world down, y'all. The whole world down. He shut the whole world down. He didn't flood the earth. Okay, it wasn't the flood. He didn't kill us all. We didn't take us all away. But he took those who he was ready, that he had already predestined and planned, and that it was their time to go. He took those times whose time was to go, and left the rest of us here to see his majesty move. Take advantage of your life. Don't regret. Don't live with regret. Don't allow the enemy to come and spoil. And we're going to be talking about what that enemy is. We about to dive deep, y'all. We about to get some good stuff, okay? We about to get real serious about this thing. We about to critique ourselves, become our highest best self. We about to own our lands, own our own businesses, leave well for our children. Come on, we about to really clean up our lives and get serious about this thing and enjoy it, have it in abundantly to the full until it overflows. I love you guys. I love you. I pray that this message blessed you. And that's it, guys. Till Wednesday, win some Wednesday, guys, because we winning over here. We about to win. We are winning. Not about to. We are winning over here. And I want you to win too. I will see you on Wednesday, guys. Win some Wednesday. That's it. I'm out. I love you.